I wanted to see if I could match these two cameras together, and I'm shooting this color chart over there in the background, and I tried to do similar settings. So what I had to do was optimize the FX43A to its maximum potential, max out all of the settings and try to get it as cinematic as possible. And then I had to downgrade the FX30 to make it look not, well, worse than it is, but to match the AX43A as best as possible. And some of the things I had to do in order to do that was I'm not shooting log, I'm shooting 8-bit. It's 100 megabits, and I'm choosing a picture profile that's a cinema picture profile, which this one has a cinema picture profile as well, so I enabled that. So maybe the flavors of their cinema is somewhat similar. And the last thing I did was I made sure to white balance, and I had a gray card. I had already white balanced. I'm recording right now, and one of the reasons why I'm doing this is to see if I'm in a run and gun location documentary interview shoot, and I need to do a 2-camera setup of the same subject, which would be represented by that color chart. And then I have a light, there's a key light right there. And I have another light bouncing on the wall. And if I, in a pinch, could I pull this off and make it match? So I'm recording here. I have a 20 to 70 millimeter zoom lens. And let's say first, if this maybe is the wide shot. So let's say that's the wide shot, and then this one's the close-up. So the problem with the camcorder here is that I can lock the shutter speed or I can lock the iris. I can't lock both. So shutter speed is a little bit more important to me when I'm trying to maintain the cinematic shutter angle, which is 1/48 because I'm shooting 24p. So I chose to lock the shutter speed, and the gain is also locked. The white balance is locked. What's not locked is the iris. So the iris could be going up and down. But when I'm doing these interviews, hopefully I'm in a controlled environment where I have my own lights, and that won't be a problem. So let's pretend this is the close-up. Oh, that's a little too close. And the color chart is the person's face. Because you can't really adjust the colors much in post when you're shooting the AX43A, everything, it's one-to-one. What you shoot is what you get. So I'm trying to do the similar thing with FX30. I'm trying to make it so that what I'm shooting right now, I'm not going to manipulate it at all in post. It's just going to come directly off the card and into the computer, and you're going to be seeing this side by side. And I'll zoom in the FX30 to its max zoom, which is 70. Let's say that's the close-up. And then I make the AX43A the wider shot. So I'm going to zoom out here, make that the wider shot. You know, the framing isn't perfect. This is just for demonstration purposes. I have a lot of my settings and my gear the way I would have it if this were an actual interview shoot. I'm often in people's homes, office buildings, apartments, conference floors, and it's not a studio, so I have to make the best with what I have. And this is the setup. All right, curious what this is gonna look like.